Well, today we have Dr. David Hiller from Novant Health here with us. He's a colon and rectal surgeon, and he's explaining the basics of colon cancer, warning signs, and what to expect when you get a colonoscopy. Of course, all of this is because our own Julie Luck is battling colon cancer right now. So, Dr. Hiller, first and foremost, let's just talk about it. What exactly is colon cancer?
Colon cancer is when you get an abnormal growth in the inside lining of your colon. Usually starts as a polyp, and then over time it can progress into a cancer, a malignancy, where cells start acting abnormally and they can start growing in ways they shouldn't, and sometimes even spread to other parts of the body.
All right, so who is at risk for colon cancer? Because, you know, Julie was very shocked when she got her diagnosis because she didn't have any family history.
Exactly. Family history accounts for 5, maybe 10% of all colon cancers. So that there are risk factors if people in your family, a direct relative, mother, father, brother, sister have had it, or if people in your family under the age of 65 have had it, that can sometimes trigger some warnings. But most of us, most people diagnosed with it will not have a family history. So who is at risk? We have some studies that say smokers, obesity, certain things like that might, but really it's in a Western society. We don't know why, but we have higher rates of colon cancer, and it's becoming more frequent at younger ages. And that's why the colonoscopy age recently moved down to 45. So in a way, we're all kind of at risk.
And so that's one of those things, like, you know, people say, well, I feel fine. I probably don't need to get my screening right away. And you say what to that?
Say, when you start feeling something, it's too late. The whole point of screening is to catch it early, catch it before it turns into a cancer. Get these when they're just a small polyp and they can be removed. Colonoscopy is different than other screening tests like mammograms in that you can detect it and treat it at the same time when it's early. And there's no substitute for a colonoscopy. It's the gold standard way to take care of this.
All right, so then let's talk about the colonoscopy itself, because I mean, people hear that word and they go, ugh, right? So let's kind of break apart like what that procedure is.
Right. So with the colonoscopy, you'll have met with your doctor beforehand and discussed it, and they'll prepare you ahead of time by giving you recommendations. And there's a couple different ways to do it, but what's called a bowel cleanse, where they'll the night before or sometimes the morning of, you'll drink some stuff that will have you go to the bathroom a whole lot, so that they can see what they need to see. You present to whatever facility is going to be doing this, and you're sedated, but some people choose not to, and that's okay. You don't have to be sedated, but most people do. And it takes about 20 minutes, usually total time, where a camera is inserted and it looks through your entire colon. And then as it comes back, you can remove anything that's been seen, take photographs, biopsies, and then wake the patient up. And then we watch you for a little while, make sure that you're feeling okay, and then you go home after that.
All right, so let's say we're 45 and up, whatever age that is. We've not had a colonoscopy. What is the process for us to be able to get one?
Absolutely. So you can talk to your primary care provider and say, you know, who do you recommend I go to if they've got a personal connection, or if you know somebody. There's multiple gastroenterology groups in Greensboro, High Point, Winston-Salem, Kernersville. There's multiple practices and people that can help take care of this. So we're so fortunate in this community. There are so many providers who can help get people screened in a timely fashion. You don't always need a referral. You can just call any of us up and we can get that ball rolling. So the barriers are low, and we're trying to make them as low as possible so that people can be seen and get screened.
Okay, that's good to know that you don't have to be going to another doctor to get a referral for another doctor, that kind of thing. Are there some symptoms that we should be watching out for?
Absolutely, especially with younger, and we're saying this is becoming more frequent in younger ages. You want to look out for bleeding. That's the biggest thing that would say you should get checked out. And it's very common for, in the past, people would say, oh, it's probably just a hemorrhoid. I'm going to ignore this. I'm not going to think about it. But go get seen, get checked out. Let someone else tell you that it is just a hemorrhoid, or maybe you need to be screened and have more things looked at. So bleeding is a big thing. Weight loss that you are not intending to do, or decreased appetite that is unexpected, or nothing else happening in your life to account for that. Bloating sometimes, or abdominal pain that you don't have a good other explanation for, can all be warning signs.
I think so often we think, yeah, I feel this or I feel that a little bit, but I'm sure that it's fine.
Right. And we hear that story a lot. And oftentimes it is. And so I don't want to be an alarmist, but it's such an easy thing to go get seen, to make sure that you're not showing your doctor signs where they say, maybe we need to go ahead and do that on you if you're under 45. Or if you're, now that we're saying 45, get started, go ahead, get on in. Don't wait till you're 50 or, 55. Just go on and get it and be done with it. And then you'll know.
Get it and be done with it. That is what we want you to know today. That is what Julie Luck wants you to know too. She says, do not be sitting in the IV infusion chair like she is. She wants you to go get screened. Dr. Hiller, thank you so much for your time, your wisdom. We appreciate it. It's going to be all in the Two Wants to Know section so that you can take a look at all of the symptoms and know what you need to do to get yourself screened.